So it's me again, your resident legal diva, and the topic today is perception is reality. Perception is reality. So we've had a tough couple of weeks with the recent deadly shooting by a police officer in Charlotte as well as Tulsa. And we also had a young man who also lost his life as a result of a police involved shooting, all of which in the last 2 weeks. And the debate still rages as to whether or not Colin Kaepernick and other NFL players are doing the right thing by taking a knee during the national anthem. My whole thought process on that is perception equals reality. We just had a terror attack in New Jersey and in New York. That suspect was turned over by his father 2 years prior to the FBI. The father told the FBI that his son was a terrorist. When officials went to take him into custody, he then opened fire on those officers, yet he was taken alive. Granted, it's always good to deny a jihadist the ultimate dream of giving his life for his cause. However, he still was taken alive. Now you contrast that with the man in Tulsa, Oklahoma, who his car broke down in the middle of the street and he ended up losing his life in the process of asking for help. One of the more disturbing things was that the assessment was made. When you watch the video, you hear the officer in the background stating, he looks like a really bad dude. He looks like a bad dude. Not, I see a weapon, not, he's resisting in some way, just he seems like a bad dude. Perception is reality. African Americans, people of color across this country are fearful of the police because of incidents like this. This is why Colin Kaepernick and others are protesting. Now, the flip side of it is, if you perceive people of color to be a threat as a police officer, that is going to guide your actions and lead to unfortunate situations, such as the ones that we've seen in recent weeks. So, what's the solution? At the end of the day, we need to have more understanding on both sides. Officers cannot be afraid of the communities they are policing. They have to get to know the people that are in their communities. I'm heartened by an event that happened in Wichita, Kansas, where a Black Lives Matter protest ended up turning into a dialogue between the police department and the Black Lives Matter and community members. So they got to talk and interact and get to know each other. And it's very hard to be afraid of what you know. It's easy to be afraid of what you don't know. So I would encourage more interaction of that sort between communities of color, all communities, but communities of color especially, and that of the police department. Perception is reality. And we can't get caught up in, they have no right to criticize us, you shouldn't criticize us, we put our lives on the line every day. Absolutely. There are amazing police officers across the country that do great work each and every day. But at the same token, it's kind of hard to explain to a family whose loved one did nothing wrong. Well, so sorry, the officer thought your loved one was a threat, so that's why he's now dead, or she's now dead. And the more often and more frequently those discussions are had across the country, the deeper the perception is going to be that law enforcement does not mean well by communities of color. So in order to turn that tide and change things, we need to talk about how to evolve as a system, how to evolve in policing, and how to bring communities and police together so that we can all move forward. Because you know what, at the end of the day, we all want to go home. We all want to have a good life. We all want to be safe. So let's start with that common ground and move forward. We have to stop these negative perceptions on both sides because perception is reality. This is your resident legal diva signing off. Take care.